And good morning, everybody. I'm Frank Spillers with Rural Community Solutions, where we help communities create family-friendly, youth-centered places that attract people that they want to have live there. Or if you're a business or an organization that's looking for volunteers, we can help your organization create the environment that attracts people that you want to have work there or volunteer there. So if you're looking for employees, if you're looking how to create that environment for better attraction of the employees that you want, let us help, because we all need family-friendly, youth-centered places that attract the people that we want. And so today I'm going to be talking about time. Time. How many of you have ever run out of time and then you live under that stress? Now, last week we talked a lot about stress. We talked a lot about mental health. And we're going to continue that down the street, because this Saturday, I'm doing a workshop. We're doing a workshop for early care and education professionals in Council Bluffs, Iowa, on stress, life's defining moments. What do you do with things that happen? How does a life-defining moment affect you? Now, life-defining moments are anything from a child being born, a marriage, it can be abuse, it can be anything like that that defines a point in time in your life that you remember, that emotional aspect that you remember. And so we're doing a workshop on that. We're going to learn how to release that. We're going to learn how to work with children as they release those life-defining moments and don't live the emotion year after year or day after day or minute after minute, time after time. So what does stress cause? Okay, so if you run out of time, all right, that is an event. Time is an event. And so when you run out of time, that event causes you stress because of your perception. You ran out of time. And what's your belief about that? And your emotions. So that running out of time is an event, and that perception of the event then causes your belief about that of I don't have any more time. And that creates an anxiety emotion within you that you keep reliving, that it keeps coming back up and up and up. And every time that it comes back up, you remember the emotion. The emotion reacts to the belief. The emotion reacts to the memory of that event, of your perception. So if you can change your perception, you can change the belief, you can change the emotion, you can change your stress on that time. So what I want to ask you today is, what's the wise thing to do? Any moment of any time of any day, what's the wise thing to do? So ask yourself this question: in light of your past experiences and your current circumstances and future hopes and dreams, all right? So look at your past, what's your present, and what's your future hopes and dreams. Where do you need to begin making a consistent deposit of time? A consistent deposits of time, because time is finite. There is 24 hours in a day for everybody. Nobody has 24 hours and 30 minutes. Nobody has 25 hours. Nobody has 23 hours and 49 minutes. Everybody has the same 24 hours in one day. Now, you need quality sleep, so that's going to take some. You're working, but where are you working? Is it passionate where you're at? Are you passionate about what you do? Because you're working a good majority of your life. And then, do you go to work, or do you get to go to work? Do you have to go to work? Do you work just to look forward to the weekend? Because if that's the case, you're not spending your time wisely. And so you have to readjust. How do you spend your time wisely for your future hopes and dreams? because everything that you're doing right now is working towards your future. Do you spend your time wisely? Are you spending your time wisely? That's a question. So here's 5 steps to change. Here's my 5 steps to change. Recognize a judgmental thought. All right. So when you run out of time, what do you do with that? What do you do with that judgmental thought? Is that judgment of you, that you look at yourself in the mirror and go, you wasted a whole bunch of time? You were on that social media and you wasted that time? Or you're judgmental about the work that you get done. It's not as good as I like it. It's not as good as I hope it would be. It's not as good as I know I can do. I just didn't have enough time to do it. Or somebody asks you to do something and you have to look at them and say, I'm sorry, I didn't get to that today. I didn't have time. You know, you had the time, you just didn't prioritize correctly. You didn't prioritize your events correctly. All right. And so then what gets scheduled gets done can be a good comment for you. You have to learn how your personality works and you have to learn how you get things done. How do you work best? So the next step, recognize that judgmental thought. The next step is correct the thought. Don't be so judgmental. Don't be so hard on yourself, because it's not going to change the time frame. It's not going to change anything that you did, and it's not going to change anything that is in the past, because it's the past, and it's not going to change anything of your circumstance. Where it will change, though, is your future. So if you can change your judgmental and correct that thought to, okay, it happened, how am I going to correct it? All right, and then recognize a judgmental behavior. And so when you have that judgmental thought, it's a judgmental behavior. Recognize that and then correct the behavior. Look at your future dreams and hopes and then behave in that way. All right, those are the 5 steps. Recognize the judgmental thought, correct the thought, recognize the judgmental behavior, correct the behavior, behave in a new way. That's 5 steps to change. Because when you start to behave in a new way, all of a sudden you find the time to go after your passion. You find the time to go after your hopes and dreams. So time is a finite source. How you use the time is up to you. Do you use it to develop your passion? Do you use it to waste away? Do you use it to make yourself better? How do you spend your time? When we think about when we spend our time, are we making ourselves better? Come back and we're going to be talking more about how to make yourself better this week and dealing with your stress as we lead up to Saturday and the workshop of Life's Defining Moments. So you're going to always have a defining moment in the time of day that you spend. How are you going to react to that? What's your perception of that? Come on back. We'll talk about it every day this week. But also I want to announce that at the end of June, we will no longer be doing our show. We're only about another week and a half that we'll be doing this, and then we're tearing down the studio because we'll be hitting the road a lot more come July and through the rest of the year. We will be going out to locations. We would hope that you would want us to come to your community and interview some of your business people. So if that is your hope and you would love to have us come, invite us to your community, and we'll see what we can do. But for now, I'm Frank Spillers, and this has been Rural Community Solutions. We talk about how to think like an entrepreneur. So if you want to attract entrepreneurs to your community, you need to think like them, and you need to create that environment that's going to attract them. So behave in a new way and recognize that you're spending the time of your life right now. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.